When I arrive, I'm still sticky with the smell of her mother's village, and I spill out of a shaking cab onto the threshold of her sister's home. Mama notices I drag my feet extra now. And history is a scab I haven't stopped picking at. She clicks her throat in a disapproval at the pockmarks in my skin. She says I'm a soft Western daughter, meaning my scars darken in the sun. And I tell her I let my hair grow out. I caught the mulberry season. I say, I confess that I paid too much, and she calls us a fee for my soft cough and thin accent. Still, cheaper than the not having she was used to. My mother admits she's surprised that nothing grows there anymore. Occupation is too thick for this apartment, so we dance around the letters for what has happened to our family, why we've only ever lived in places we are not from, and filled ghost towns with all the people that refuse to die, becoming a part of their new birth. Memories are gossamer thin when they aren't your own, but inherited wanting still pulses against the tongue and sounds different to every generation, can turn a chursi into kursi and a kahwe into ahwe, and make a person sick of the sound of their own voice, enough to fling them over an ocean to another language altogether. She tells me not to call anything a battlefield until it is. Don't be a reckless child, ready to throw away all that sacrifice. Unpacking marks the end of this great pilgrimage, and the first thing I pull from luggage is black fabric, cross-stitched, and women's work. From Beit Lahem, Teta, to keep you warm. My grandmother traces her fingertips across the handiwork. She asks, did you walk that street, the one with the split olive tree down the second hill from my father's house? My uncle leaves the room to smoke. My 16-year-old cousin leaves the room to smoke, and I know somewhere someone's village is on fire, and I wonder if this is why every man from my country turns themselves to ash from the inside out. I have truth. Yes, Teta. There's an ice cream shop there now, but I say nothing about the new chemical factory in the heavy lung air. She doesn't ask about IDs or checkpoints and knows nothing about how desperation can turn to cancer in a year. Instead, I tell her about the fresh mint tea and say I don't ever want to wash the jasmine from my hair. I think this makes her smile. We don't talk about how unjust it is that my broken tongue carries these stories, and that word privilege makes my skin too hot. My aunt brings me a bowl of peaches and a knife and leads me to the couch. Teta is resting now, and the babies embrace their chance. 3 children in my lap weigh me down enough to make me feel like I can belong here, just for this moment. I carve the fruit for them and let them tug on my curls. Palestine was dry this year, I tell them. It was so dry that it made me believe it impossible that the sky could empty its sorrows onto a people, or that the sky could have sorrows for a people. But there is wet curiosity in my cousins' mouths, too young to call any place a desert. So we flip through photographs, and I make them repeat the names of cities and villages after me. Ramallah, Haifa, Kufr al-Labad. Yes, that's where Teta was born. Janine, Tulkarim, Yatta. I empty promise that I'll take them with me next time. Susia, Aida, and Nasre. We don't talk about their passports. In this moment, we just feel a country in our bones, and we let Palestine fill the room.